Quel dommage! What a pity! Quel dommage! What a pity! Quel dommage! What a pity! Le train arrive à Nantes à midi. Le train arrive à Nantes à midi. The train arrives at Nantes at midday. We can also say the train arrives at Nantes at 12 noon. Midi means midday or 12 noon. Le train arrive à Nantes midi. The train arrives at Nantes at midday. Le train arrive. The train arrives à midi, at midday or at 12 noon. Monsieur Lemieux a son rendez-vous à 11 heures avec Monsieur Robert. Monsieur Lemieux a son rendez-vous à 11 heures avec Monsieur Robert. Monsieur Lemieux has his meeting with Mr. Robert at 11 o'clock. Son rendez-vous, his meeting or her meeting, 11 heures, 11 o'clock, 11 heures, 11 o'clock, avec. Monsieur Lemieux a son rendez-vous à 11 heures avec Monsieur Robert. Mr. Lemieux has his meeting with Mr. Robert at 11 o'clock. This verb, you are looking at this verb, just look at the spelling. If we pronounce it in French, it is pronounced as Robert, because R is pronounced like ra. So, and here T is silent, so it will be pronounced as Robert. If you pronounce it as we do it in English, it will be pronounced as Robert. If you are pronouncing it in English, it is pronounced as Robert. And if we pronounce it in French, it will be pronounced as Robert. Monsieur Lemieux a son rendez-vous à 11 heures avec Monsieur Robert. Mr. Lemieux has his meeting with Mr. Robert at 11 o'clock. Il est en retard. He is late. Il est, he is. En retard, late. Il est en retard. He is late. Il est en retard. He is late. Il appelle un taxi. He calls a taxi. Il appelle. He calls. Un taxi, a taxi. Il appelle un taxi. He calls a taxi. Il appelle un taxi. He calls a taxi. Mais la circulation est très dense. But the traffic is very heavy. Circulation means traffic. Mais, but. La circulation, the traffic. Très dense, very heavy, means too much rush. But there is too much rush in traffic. Mais la circulation est très dense. But the traffic is very heavy. Mais la circulation est très dense. But the traffic is very heavy. Très means very. Très. Very. Monsieur Lemieux arrive à 13h moins le quart. Mr. Lemieux arrives at quarter to 1. Here, 13h means 1 p.m. or 13 o'clock. 13 means 13. So 13h means 13 o'clock. That is at 1 p.m. Moi. Correct spelling. It is M-O-I-N-S. This is M-O-I-N-S, moi. Moi means minus. Moi means minus. Le quart means the quarter. The quarter. That is 15 minutes. The quarter. À 13h moins le quart means at quarter to 13, that is quarter to 1. Monsieur Lemieux arrive à 13h moins le quart. Mr. Lemieux arrives at quarter to 1. Monsieur Robert est en colère. Mr. Robert is angry. En colère means angry. En colère, angry. Monsieur Robert est en colère. Mr. Robert is angry. Monsieur Robert est en colère. Mr. Robert is angry. D'abord, Monsieur Lemieux demande pardon. At first, Mr. Lemieux begs pardon. D'abord, at first. D'abord, at first. Demande pardon, begs pardon. Pardon, pardon. Demande pardon, begs pardon. D'abord, Monsieur Lemieux demande pardon. At first, Mr. Lemieux begs pardon because he was late. D'abord, Monsieur Lemieux demande pardon. At first, Mr. Lemieux begs pardon. Il commence ensuite la belle présentation. Then he begins his beautiful presentation. Il commence, he begins. Il commence, he begins. Ensuite, then. Ensuite, then. Sa belle présentation, his beautiful presentation. Sa belle présentation, his beautiful presentation. Il commence ensuite sa belle présentation. Then he begins his beautiful presentation. Il commence ensuite sa belle présentation. Then he begins his beautiful presentation. Monsieur Robert est enfin très content et il accepte la proposition de Monsieur Lemieux. Mr. Robert is finally very happy and he accepts the proposal of Mr. Lemieux. Enfin, finally, at last. Enfin, finally, or at last. Très content, very happy. Content, happy. Très content, very happy. And. Il accepte, he accepts. Il accepte, he accepts. La proposition, the proposal. La proposition, the proposal. Of Monsieur Lemieux, Mr. Lemieux. Monsieur Robert est enfin très content et il accepte la proposition de Monsieur Lemur. Mr. Robert is finally very happy and he accepts the proposal of Mr. Lemur. Monsieur Robert est enfin très content et il accepte la proposition de Monsieur Lemur. Mr. Robert is finally very happy and he accepts the proposal of Mr. Lemur.